Well, hello there. Fortunately, we have to do a weather video tonight because we've got to talk about the snow. I'm not going to go over the usuals. That's for tomorrow night. The usual stuff I do on Sunday because just a holiday tomorrow, and we got to go over this. So, got a little bit of snow falling. It's a wet snow. It's light, but it's wet. It's wet snow. Is what it looks like outside right now. Looking at the radar, you could see that there's that patch of snow. Actually, a little bit of heavier snow. Looks like over the south shore there. And it's all from this low that we thought was going to go to the south, and it's large and it's kind of interacting with a little trough to the north. So you can see there it is raining in pretty much anything south of 195, but north of that is snow. And so we will see a light. I'm not going to draw a map. It's not going to be much of an accumulation, but there will be a light, probably coating to 1 inch from this. So we do have a weather briefing from the National Weather Service. The Weather Service is a little higher. They're calling for around 1 inch to locally up to 2 inches possible. And it won't be as cold, and the temperatures would probably, there may be some snow and slush covered roads, but probably not much. And you can see the temperatures are above freezing, and that's part of the reason why it's going to have trouble accumulating on roads. However, it may accumulate on sidewalks, grassy areas, and rooftops and trees and stuff like that. So you can see it's 34, but the dew point is below freezing. We got up to 38 today and got down to 23 this morning. We'll look at our low temperatures this morning, see how cold it got this morning. Most areas did get well into the low 20s. Not my alley, though. Didn't even get below freezing in the alley. 18 for a low at Gabreski Airport. So it was chilly this morning, and that may help have the ground covered, being that the ground may be colder in a lot of other areas. And the high temperatures today, we were in the upper 30s, and actually it got actually a lot warmer down in southern New Jersey there. Well, especially Ocean County, 45, even 50. So a lot warmer down there, and that's why they're going to have rain, and they're not going to be seeing any accumulation from this. But we will be seeing coating to probably 1 inch of accumulation. We'll go over and look at the models in a moment here. So looking at our storm on the satellite, you can see there it is. It's a quick mover, but it is a large storm, and that's part of the reason why we are seeing what we're seeing here. Here's the weather map. You can see there's a stationary front, and the storm here, the southern stream storm, is actually two bits of energy here. They're kind of missing each other, but they are sort of connecting in a way. They didn't connect in the right spot for a big snowstorm, but they are interacting with each other in some way and creating this storm that we thought was not going to happen, but some of the models kept saying they were, and kept going back and forth. And so first we'll look at our climate statistics just for today at islip. Again, high of 38 and a low of 23, putting us 2 degrees below normal. Now, yesterday was a lot warmer, and yesterday we actually had a much warmer day. Yesterday was the warmest day here we've had in a while. 43 actually at islip, so we're 2 degrees above normal yesterday. So 2 degrees above normal for yesterday. And Friday we had a high of 43. Actually, no, that's not Friday. Friday we had a high of 36. So Friday was chillier, but we did get up to 43. It felt warmer than that. 2 degrees above normal for the high. Definitely felt warmer than that. I'm wondering if Central Park was warmer. Probably a little bit of an ocean, whatever. It felt warmer than that. I'm just going to go to New York City because yesterday definitely felt pretty warm. 46 was the high at Central Park, 4 degrees above normal. So, hey, mid-40s feels pretty warm after you've dealt with all this cold weather. But there's your storm right there, and it's going to be moving. Again, this is the same storm that produced a lot of severe weather in the south, but so it is a powerful southern stream low, but we're on the northern fringe of it. So let's go take a look at the models and take a look at see what we got on the GFS here. It's the 18Z GFS. We'll just shift this over to the eastern U.S. here, and you can see you get brushed by it, and then it pulls out, but it does become a coastal storm and intensify as it moves away from us. The European, pretty much showing the same type of deal again. We get brushed by it overnight. You could see there's the low. It'll be rain over for Jersey, but you could see we are just north of that rain snow line, and we'll be seeing mostly snow from this, though it'll be a very wet snow, as has been the case lately with all the snow we get. It's rarely ever powdery. So there's your storm right there moving, and it will be quick, but it will be causing some issues. So let's go look at the HRRR here, which was actually slow to bring this. The HRRR was being pretty dry, but now it looks like it's kind of giving us a couple of hours of light snow tonight. You can see that there. And so the close location of the storm means that we are getting some precipitation, and we will be seeing not too much precipitation, probably less than a quarter of an inch of liquid from it. Further south, they'll be getting a little more, like here in the Jersey Shore, especially southern parts, you might be seeing up to a half an inch of liquid from this, and that'll help wash away the snow. Total snowfall, this is what the HRRR has, and pretty much, again, a coating to an inch. I think there may be a few select areas that might see 2 inches, but there's no sense drawing a map. It's going to be a coating to an inch pretty much across Long Island. However, again, if you're south, you won't see any. So this is kind of like what we'll see here in this area here. So if you want, I can take my little thing and draw it out, I guess, because we always usually do that. So I'll do that, and we'll go ahead and we'll do that. So let's now use this as a template, just to draw it out. Just have an idea. And really, like I said, it's not very much that we're going to see here from this. And again, it's generally going to be this area where you're going to see accumulations. All right, this general area right here, where you're going to see a coating to 1 inch, generally speaking. There may be some areas that might get a little more than that, but honestly, that's what I think we're going to generally see. So that's what I'm saying. It's not going to be a big a snowmaker, but it will make things a little bit slippery in the morning, and a little slushy for sure. But that's what it's looking like. So if we look at our dew points and windfall, you'll see why we're staying with the snow, because our dew points are below freezing. We're in the colder air to support the snow. We have easterly winds. They're going to actually become northeasterly tomorrow, and they get a little bit breezy. You can see there that northeasterly wind that comes in for tomorrow, which may or may not keep. We'll have to see. We may get some breaks in sun, but the temperatures will also stay in that marginal range. So you see that temperature right there does tend to drop as we get later in the evening. Might get closer to freezing. That's when we see some accumulation, perhaps, and then. As we get into tomorrow, it's going to be in the low 40s probably. So the sun will hopefully try to come out and melt whatever has fallen. So it's been very slow to get rid of the snow for sure that we've already had. We'll look at some soundings and see if we can see any sunshine. I'll pick 18Z. Let's see. And yeah, these lines are kind of close together, supporting a lot of moisture. So the sun may peek out. We'll have to see if it actually becomes mostly sunny or not. It's not really a big support of that. You can see there's a lot of moisture in the air there. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But I think there will be some sun peeking out, and that'll help melt whatever has fallen from this. We can look at some other models for the storm. Let's go to the NAM. Here's the NAM, and you can see again, we get brushed. There it is. We're getting brushed by it, and then it moves away. And it should be over by 7 or 8 in the morning. Total snowfall in the NAM may be a little bit higher. Generally coating to 1 inch. That's, generally the consensus here. We'll look at the HDRPS as well. We have the 18Z run. All right, here's the 18Z run of the HDRPS. The HDRPS is a little higher with 1 to maybe in a small area, maybe close to 2 inches in certain parts of. I'm thinking the jackpot might be around. That hill in New Jersey, where the PNC Bank Art Center is. Atlantic Highlands, that's what I'm thinking of. Atlantic Highlands might get closer to 2 inches. But generally, it's not going to be a big snowfall. It's going to be very small. RGM also showing, again, a similar idea where it might be a little bit of a heavier spot just south of us. Looking at the RGM, it is encouraging, at least as we get toward noon. It looks like it does try to clear it out, and we go mostly sunny, so that will help melt whatever has fallen, if it's fallen on the roads at all. I mean, I don't think they're going to need to plow at all, but I think that will definitely help for sure. So that's pretty much the consensus with this storm. So that's all I got for you tonight. Tomorrow we'll talk more about the week ahead. It's going to suck, unfortunately. You know what I mean by that. So You can figure it out. But anyway, that wraps it up from here. So again, expect a coating to 1 inch of snow. No need for winter weather advisory, but just in the morning, you're just gonna have to be careful because there may be some slushy. It's gonna be a very wet type of snow, and it'll be sticking to the trees in the beginning, and then it's probably gonna, once the sun comes out, it's gonna fall off pretty quick, I would imagine. So anyway, that's it. Have a good night.